you are strong. Your team is strong. Whether you know your strengths or they remain hidden, you have them. In this video, we explore what your strengths are, how you can discover them, how you can nurture them, and how you can best utilize them, whether individually or with your team. Get ready to show those mind and body muscles. Hey, my name is Greg from Renew. I'm a master coach helping people, teams, and organizations to know themselves, design their future self, and become their future selves. Renew and I are here to help you live a life where you have control. What exactly is a strength? And how do these strengths come about? Is it all in our genes, or does our environment play a role? Let's break it down. A strength, by definition, is a strong attribute or inherent asset. It's something you do effortlessly and it energizes you. Strengths are often thought of as natural gifts, something we are born with. But that's only part of the story. Imagine your strengths as muscles. Yes, you might be born with potential for a strong bicep, but if you never work out, you'll never see those muscles grow. This is where nurture comes in. Nature gives you the raw material, your genetic blueprint, but it's through nurture, your experiences, your environment, and your practice, that these strengths are shaped and refined. Think of your strengths like a plant. Without sunlight, water, and care, it won't thrive, even if it has the potential to grow into something beautiful. The same goes for your strengths. They need the right conditions to flourish. What's fascinating is that many of our strengths are a blend of both innate talent and developed skill. For example, a few years ago, I did a DNA test that covered also potential gifts for dancing and music. To my surprise, it said that I was gifted for both dancing and music. So instead of singing in the shower, I went to take singing classes at a rock academy to nurture that potential gift. And my karaoke score got pretty good. You might have a natural inclination towards empathy, for example, but it's through experiences, listening to others, practicing patience, and reflecting on different perspectives that these strengths really blossoms. This overlap is where your true strengths lie. It's where your natural abilities meet the opportunities you've had to develop them. Now, here's something to think about. When you consider your own strengths, how much of what you're good at is due to your natural talent? And how much is due to the experiences you've had? Think about the strengths you're proud of. Was it something you've always been good at, or did you have to work at it over time? Understanding this can help you recognize how to continue developing your strengths moving forward. There are several well-known tools to help you identify your strengths. Some of the most popular include the VIA character strengths or the Clifton strengths. Let's start with the VIA character strengths assessment. This tool helps you identify 24 character strengths categorized into 6 virtues. It's based on positive psychology and provides a detailed report on your top strengths. You can find a link in the description for taking the test. For example, you might find that kindness, curiosity, or leadership are your stronger traits. Another great tool is Clifton Strengths, formerly known as StrengthsFinder. This assessment identifies your top 5 strengths out of a list of 34. It's widely used in both personal and professional development. For instance, you might discover that you excel in areas like strategic thinking, relationship building, or influencing others. But assessments aren't the only way to discover your strengths. The Johari window is a powerful model of self-awareness. It encourages you to seek feedback from others to uncover blind spots, strengths you may not even realize you have. By asking colleagues, friends, and family for their perspective, you can gain valuable insight into your strengths that you might not see yourself. This is especially useful for uncovering hidden strengths that you take for granted but others greatly appreciate. So pick people around you that you know, that you trust, who interact frequently with you, and simply ask them what strengths they see in you. Collate the list and see what repeats. Those are your master strengths. Another technique is informal feedback. Sometimes the best insights come from casual conversations. Think about the compliments or positive feedback you receive regularly. This can be strong indicators of your natural strengths. Grab a notebook and jot down the last few compliments you received. Reflect on them and see if there are any patterns. These patterns can help you identify recurring strengths. You like this video so far? Then you know what to do. Also subscribe and put on the notifications if you want to receive content like this every week. And check out in the video description below about other YouTube videos and other internet links about the concept of strengths. Leveraging your strengths at work means aligning what you're naturally good at with your job responsibilities. When you do this, you're not just more effective, you're more engaged, more energized, and more fulfilled. Let's start with what I like to call strengths alignment. This is about finding a match between your strengths and your role at work. For example, if one of your strengths is strategic thinking, are you involved in planning and decision making? If your strength is empathy, are you in a role that allow you to connect with and support others? However, it's also important to know that strengths can be misused. Think of your strengths like the yin and the yang. When you use them appropriately, you're in the white zone, using them with wisdom and maturity. But each strength also has its darker manifestation that can show up, particularly if you are stressed. This can even turn a strength into a weakness. For example, if you're highly detail-oriented, that's a fantastic strength. But if you overuse it, you might find yourself stuck in analysis paralysis, unable to move forward on decisions. Recognizing when your strength is not used in a wise way is key to maintaining balance and effectiveness. Here are some practical tips to help you leverage your strengths in the workplace. First, volunteer for projects that align with your strengths. This not only allows you to shine, but also demonstrates your value to the team. Second, seek regular feedback to ensure you're effectively using your strengths and to identify areas for improvement. Third, collaborate with colleagues who have complementary strengths. This synergy can enhance overall team performance. Here is a practical exercise for you. Think about your current role and identify one aspect that could be better aligned with your strengths. Maybe it's taking on more responsibilities that play to your strengths. Or perhaps it's shifting some tasks to others who are stronger in those areas. Take a few minutes to jot down your thoughts. What could you change about your role that would allow you to spend more time using your strengths? Remember, leveraging your strengths not only enhances your performance, but also increases your job satisfaction and overall well-being. Let's take a step further and discover how to identify and utilize strengths in your team. By understanding and applying collective strengths, you can unlock powerful synergies that drive team performance and success. One effective tool for discovering team strengths is the Team Strengths Wheel. This visual representation helps teams see where their collective strengths lie and where there might be gaps. Each segment of the wheel represents different strengths that are essential in any team. By filling out this wheel, you can visualize your team strengths and identify areas for improvement or balance. Start by having each team member complete a strengths assessment like Clifton Strengths or VIA Character Strengths. Then gather the team to discuss the results openly. This discussion should focus on recognizing each other's strengths and how they contribute to the team's goals. By mapping out these strengths, you create a comprehensive view of your team's capabilities. This is not just about recognizing who is good at what. It's about understanding how these strengths can be combined for maximum impact. Once you have identified your team's strengths, the next step is to align team roles and responsibilities with those strengths. This is called strengths-based role alignment. For example, if someone excels in strategic thinking, they might take on a role that involves planning and forecasting. If another team member is great at relationship building, they might lead client communications or team moral initiatives. To truly leverage team strengths, it's important to foster a strengths-based culture. This means regularly discussing strengths in team meetings, recognizing and celebrating strengths in action, and providing feedback that focuses on how team members can use their strengths to overcome challenges. Here is an exercise for your team. I call it the gift of strengths. Plan a workshop where each team member spends 10 minutes identifying the strengths they see in other team members. You can ask them to list one or multiple strengths for each team member. Then you go through each team member and ask everyone to tell the team member in the spotlight its strengths. Once you're done with this team member, move to another one, and so on, until everyone has been in the spotlight. Make sure that your team members are writing down what they receive from the others so they get a full inventory of their strengths. And finally, ask everyone how they feel after the exercise. I bet that you will see a lot of happy faces and a much higher cohesion in the team. Remember, the true power of strengths comes not just from knowing them, but from actively applying them to achieve your goals. As Albert Einstein once said, everybody is a genius. But if you judge a fish by its ability to climb a tree, it will live its whole life believing that it is stupid. The key is to find your genius and swim in the right waters. If you're interested in other aspects that can boost your team performance, aside from just your strengths, then you should check out this video here.